Hello, speaking Forex, this is Gregory. It's currently 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and this is my analysis for June 13th, 2012. On my screen here, I have a chart of the Euro USD. This is a 1-hour chart, and I want to briefly go over the trade that we discussed on Monday. So, if you saw the video on Monday, you know that we were bearish on the Euro, and the reason why is because we had a convergence of resistance and also with a gap up, so that created the likelihood that the market was going to crash down over the next day, and it basically did that. It did that and didn't look back. So the only thing was that I targeted 25.50 as my profit taking area, and when I woke up, the market was actually around this area, so it actually surpassed that by looks like about 20 or 30 pips. I was looking for a buying opportunity to the upside, but that never actually happened. As you can see, I didn't have any viable signals, so I walked away. Had a nice 70 pip day, and came back the next day. Now let me go to the daily, and if you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. It's the video before this one. I believe it was for the 11th. So yeah, so what were we talking about? So we had this major resistance area that we anticipated, so the price got up really high there because of the gap. We had this area right here. We thought it was going to hold, and everything just worked out to our favor, and it's a pretty low risk trade, and the market came crashing down. So yeah, I hope you guys were able to take advantage of that and actually exploit that. So right now we are currently in a channel. As you can see, that support turned into resistance, and support turned into resistance, and this support area has been holding. So right now we actually are approaching the supply area around 25.13. So we had 25.13, which is M3 level, and also the top of this channel. So we do have a convergence there. So I'm looking to sell at the top of this channel, and as you can see, this channel is 70 pips wide. So that's pretty good news. You know, if the channel is 70 pips wide and we play the top and bottom, accumulating, let's say even around 60 pips up and down, that can be extremely profitable, especially if the channel tends to drag out for another day or so. So if you can play the top and bottom and capture 2-3 trades, that can be very nice there with relatively low risk. Now what I'm going to do, like right now, is it's 20. The price is at 24.93. I'm going to wait until it gets up to around 25.13 and reevaluate and see if it's worth selling. I want to see how strong the rally is into this top of the ceiling. If the price penetrates here and closes above 25.13, I have to reevaluate to figure to see if we can actually continue selling. Otherwise, we have to change our strategy and start focusing on going to the upside. But we will cross that bridge once it comes. So for right now, I'm focusing on selling at 25.13. Once price gets here, I'm going to reevaluate and see how strong that rally is. If it's very weak, I'm going to take it to the downside, and we'll try to hit the bottom of this channel. In my course, I talk about different trading setups around support and resistance areas. That's relatively low risk, and you really won't put too much of your trading capital at risk. So there's certain formations that you should look out for that can actually enhance the probability of your trades. So I'll come back to the euro as the trade progresses, either later today or tomorrow or whenever. So I want to talk about gold. If you guys know, gold is my actually favorite currency pair to trade. But unfortunately, here in the United States, our awesome government, they don't allow us to trade through a Forex broker. So I have to use other means in order to accomplish this task. So enough of my rant about my my U.S. government. So right now, gold is trading at 1609. I'm looking for price to actually come up and test the 1625 area, and the reason why is because if you go to the daily, if you saw my video from last week, we actually sold around this area because this area was so significant. And as you can see, once we got here, the market just pretty much collapsed, and this whole move was over 700 pips, I believe. So that was a pretty good trade. So what I'm anticipating now is that once we get to this area again, I think the market is going to come down again. So if you go down to the 4-hour chart, and if you zoom out a little bit, you can see how things are lining up here. And if everything pans out, this will be a great selling opportunity. And as you can see with this M4 area here, anywhere between these two areas will be very significant as far as selling pressure, and we can actually take this to the downside. Now, if this happens today, and it's not guaranteed that it'll happen today, it may happen over the course of the week, or it may happen over tonight. You just never know. But once price gets here, we have to reevaluate and see if it's worth selling to the downside. And my initial target would be this pivot area if it happens today, which would be roughly about 230 pips. Okay, 245 pips. So that'll be a great strategy to sell this resistance area once we get here, if everything pans out the way we anticipate. If you go down to the hourly, it's actually a little harder to see, but you can still see that this area has been respected quite well. And even if I move my supply line a little bit higher, it actually coincides perfectly with 628. So if we can get high, that doesn't sound right. If we can get high. All right, so if we can actually break this high here and we can test the top of here, I think it would be extremely prudent for us to go to the downside. And perhaps there may be another channel that we can take advantage of, because this is 150 pips wide. So there's many ways that we can trade this. Just depends on what you're looking for. Depends on what happens and when. Different times of the day dictates different strategies. And if you're just position trading it, then it might be better for you just to sell here and see if we can ride this all the way down and see if we can break the support and see if we can go down further and whatnot. So, all right. So that's my analysis for gold. I want to sell around 1628.3 if we get that high, and for euro I'm looking to sell around 25.13 if the market shows any weakness around that point. So I'll definitely do some updates once we approach these different areas. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and this is Gregory and I'm signing out. So until next time, guys, happy trades.